This question is from Ravin Prabhu. He asks, Hare Krishna Guruji, can you please explain chapter 8, verse 20? Thank you, Guruji.
In the eighth chapter, it's actually how to attain the Supreme. So attaining the Supreme, that's what Krishna is teaching us. Because Arjuna asked the question in the eighth chapter itself, Prayana Kalecha Katam Yeyosi Niyatatmabhi. So at the time of death, how one can actually know you. So because we need to remember Krishna at the time of death to go to Krishna. So how to know you? So that's what Arjuna asked, and for that Krishna is explaining all the answers. So at that time, Krishna is also explaining, like in the second chapter also in one shloka, Krishna teaches us that Avyaktadini Bhutani Vyakta Madhyani Bharata. In this shloka number 26 or 27, Krishna is in the second chapter teaching us that Avyaktadini Bhutani Vyakta Madhyani Bharata Avyakta Nidanani Eva Tatraka Parideva. So in the beginning we were unmanifest, and in between we are manifest, and again at the end we will become unmanifest. So that's what we already Krishna in the second chapter itself where Krishna mentioned, and then in the eighth chapter Krishna is explaining that in very complete detail basically. So yeah, in the 28th shloka in the second chapter Krishna is giving this knowledge. So then in the eighth chapter Krishna is teaching us that Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Aharyat Brahmano Vidu Ratri Yuga Sahasrantam Tehu Ratra Vido Jana. So for Brahma's one day, 12 hours is equivalent to 1000 Mahayugas in this earth, which is equal to 4.32 billion years. One day for Brahma, 12 hours of Brahma. So that is equal to one Kalpa. So when Brahma's night falls, everything gets annihilated. When Brahma's day starts, everything gets created. That's what is known as Prabhavam, Pralayam, Prabhavam. So avyaktat vyaktaya sarvaga prabhavati agaragame ratri agame praliyate tatraiva vyakta samjnake. So aharagame, when Brahma's day comes, everything gets created. When Brahma's night falls, everything gets annihilated in this material world. That means we can have bodies, we can change bodies only during Brahma's daytime. So now it is Brahma's daytime, so midday time. So that's why we are changing bodies. And when Brahma's night falls, then we will actually, there are 14 Manus, there is Manmantra, all such things are there. So when Brahma's night falls, we will another 12 hours of Brahma, that is another 4.32 billion years, we will not be able to get any bodies. So we will be in the most dormant state. So that's what Krishna is teaching there. Bhutagramagasayevayam bhutva praliyate ratri agame avasaka partha prabhavati aharagame. So it will be ratri agame praliyate. When agaragame prabhavati agaragame. Bhutagramagasayevayam bhutva praliyate. So all these things like Jiva Bhuta, Panjabhuta, Mahabhuta. So that's what Bhuta Gramaha means, all the Bhutas, everything, all the material world, and including the Jiva, both Apara Prakriti, Para Prakriti, everything. Etat Yonini Bhutani Sarvani tu Upadaraya Aham Krishnasya Jagataga Prabhavaka Pralayastada. That's what in the 7th chapter, 6th sloka, Krishna said. So Krishna is the source of everything, and Krishna also annihilates everything. Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mamikam Kalpakshaye Punagastani Kalpadav Srijamyagam. So everything enters into my nature at the end of Kalpa, and again at the beginning of Kalpa, I create them again. So that's what is happening in this material world. But in the 14th chapter, 2nd sloka, what we studied, Krishna told us that Idam Jnanam Upashithya Mama Sadharmyamagata Sarge Pinopajayante Pralaye Navyatanti Cha. So anyone who takes shelter into this knowledge will attain my nature. So at that time, when this material world is created, he will not take birth here. When this material world is annihilated, he will not be disturbed. So that's what Sargepi Nopajayante Pralaye Navyatanti. So that means there is another place. There is Krishna's abode. There is spiritual world. So there, nothing happens. It is not getting disturbed at all when this material world is created and annihilated. So that's what in this 8th chapter, 20th sloka, Krishna is teaching us that Purushaga saparaga pa. There is paraga tasmathu bhavonyo avyakto vyaktat sanatanaga yasya sarvesu bhutesu nasyatsu na vinashyati. So there is another world. So that's what paras tasmat bhavonya. So another bhava, another form, another world is there, another place is there. So avyaktat vyaktat sanatana. So it is not going through this vyakta and avyakta, manifest and unmanifest. So yasya sarvesu bhutesu nasyatsu na vinashyati. When all bhutesu refers to this material world, everything when they are annihilated, nasyatsu means when everything enters into Krishna's nature, there is pralayam. So that's what yasya sarvesu bhutesu nasyatsu na vinashyati. So in Krishna's world, nothing happens. So they are not disturbed. So that's why yet there is another unmanifest nature which is eternal and is transcendental to the manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. So that's what Krishna is about. We should be there. If we are there, then there is no problem. For us, in this material world, which is always getting annihilated, but our life is even very short. Even during Brahma's daytime, how many times we take birth and die, that itself is countless. Just in Brahma's 112 hours, one daytime. But we don't know how many Brahmas daytimes, how many night times, how we are suffering, or how long we are suffering. There is no idea. This nonsense is going on forever. We need to bring a stop to this nonsense. It is possible only by taking shelter unto this Bhagavad Gita. Idam jnanam upashitya mama sadharmyam agata. So by taking shelter unto this Bhagavad Gita, one can attain my nature, then he will not be disturbed when this material world is created, and he will not be annihilated when this material world is destroyed. Hare Krishna, bro.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, bro.
Yeah, Guruji, thanks for the explanation. So I understood that this specifically this 20th shloka is referring to Goloka.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so I was not catching up to that one. I was trying to understand what it is. So now I understood that this specifically this 20 is explaining about Goloka.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you, Guruji. I have a follow-up question, Guruji. So this, in order to reach to Goloka, they repeatedly, multiple places, the bhakti is the only method which is mentioned, but there is a key word attached to it is ananya kind of thing. I mean, unalloyed devotion. And that is the key word, not the bhakti, I believe. So is in Bhagavad Gita, at one point, Arjuna asked, Sthita Pragyasya ka bhasha. So, in the same way, is there any question that what is Ananya, Ananya Bhaktya ka bhasha, something like that is there? And there is a description of what includes in the Ananya.
No, not exactly. Arjuna asked, but many times Krishna has used this word ananya. Ananya means without a second one. That's what ananya. Anya means another one. Ananya means not having another one. That's one without a second. So that means only Krishna is the only one person always. That's what ananya means without any deviation. That's what ananya. Anya, we know that anya means another. So ananya means there is no another thing. So that's what ananya chetaga satatam yomam smarati nityasaga. So one should remember only me. So that's what ananyas chintayanto mam. So many mamchiyo vyabhicharina avyabhicharina ananya, they are all same meaning, but such kind of Arjuna didn't ask exactly what ananya means, but it's a very straightforward meaning only. So that means not having anything second thing, so only Krishna, that's it.
So does that mean that there should we are not looking for any other demigod, or is it saying
Yes,
that 24/7?
24/7 Krishna, that's it.
So
24/7 Krishna only. That's why Krishna said that Sarvadharman Parityaja Mamekam Saranam Raja. You throw away everything, just surrender unto me. Mam ekam saranam praja. You just surrender only unto me. I will take care of you. I will deliver you from all sinful reactions. Even the
So
demigods, whomever we worship, everyone has to go through Krishna only.
yes. Yeah, so Guruji, so the meaning is basically only Krishna. So, okay, very good explanation, Guruji. I got what I wanted. Thank you for the explanation. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you for asking this good question. Hare Krishna.